Welcome everyone to the bonus Q&A call for October 2019. Go ahead, those of you who are live here, post your questions below. I'll do my best to take it in the order that you post. And feel free to say hello and where you are from and what kind of business you're building. So without further ado, I'm going to first take the questions from the people who emailed me in advance. I hope you'll consider emailing me your questions in advance. That helps me to start to think about it and maybe have a little bit more thoughtfulness to the answer than just whatever's off the top of my head. Although sometimes that's fun as well. But let me go ahead and share my, my screen for the questions now, and then we'll go into it. I just want to welcome everybody here. And I see questions chatted by Kathy and Elisa as well. So thank you. But let me go ahead and take the questions that were emailed to me first. Okay. All right. So just want to check that. Oh yeah, Charles not here yet. Okay. Well, Charles not here yet. So I'm going to go and take the question from Laura, because Laura is here. Yes, Laura is here. Okay, good. So Laura says, after looking at the profiles of the fans that responded to my posts, the majority are conservative, don't align with my values. And by the way, some of you are conservative, some of you are liberal. You know, you can certainly advertise just to the people who resonate with your values, whether you are, you know, for Black Lives Matter or anti-Black Lives Matter. I mean, you know, you can advertise just the people that you want to connect with. So Laura says there are 2 or 3 of them who seem more aligned looking out of 50. Yeah, that's a very small number. And Laura, I think, you know, actually, is it okay if I unmute you, Laura? Is that okay? Okay. Actually, can you unmute yourself? Because I can't seem to do that from here. Go ahead. Yes, great. Hi, Laura. Oops. Oh, I can't hear you. Seemed like maybe you have a mic issue on your Zoom for some reason. Okay. Anyway, so she says, as a way to publicly journal, which is something I talk about all the time, that our content is really, instead of being so perfectionistic and wanting to create the best content, think of your content as public journaling. Journaling your thoughts, but instead of doing it privately, you do it publicly. And that's really how I do it, okay? And filter out, so as a way to public journal and filter out those in my audience that I know I couldn't work with, I've decided to include my liberal views, like climate change, pollution, environmental collapse. It's so sad that these are liberal views, right? Should be everybody's views. As clearly and gently as possible. I can see this as an inspiration for future content. What's your view? Yeah. So, you know, what I think you're doing is Facebook ads, right? And in Facebook ads, you can filter out specific interests that don't align. So if you're filtering out conservative, Laura, have you ever used that feature that says exclude interests? Okay. Okay, so let me show you. Okay. Okay. So you're creating an interest, and maybe you're doing a lookalike or custom audience or whatever it may be in whatever countries. I'm not going to do those right now, but you can exclude people. Did you ever do that before? Okay, you got to exclude people that don't match. So Fox News, for example, and not Fox News employers, but Fox News channel interests, 32 million and worldwide. And that's probably right. That's probably the right one. Fox News channel. And once you add in one exclusion, you can click on browse. Let me turn on my mouse spotlight here. Once you click on exclusion, you know, exclude, right? People who match this, you can click on browse and see, oh, you know what? They don't. Oh, you know what? Sorry. When you're excluding people, they don't try to give you suggestions because they don't want you to exclude too many people. So if I put in Fox News Channel in the include area, okay, if I put it in the include area, I can click on suggestions, and it'll tell me, oh yeah, you might want to include Fox and Friends, Sean Hannity, Ben Shapiro, et cetera, et cetera. And I don't know if you know any of these. I'm actually, it's funny. I feel like I'm partly right wing and I'm partly left wing. It's weird. I'm totally passionate about climate change and, shouldn't be separating children from families. But at the same time, I also like Ben Shapiro to some extent. And some of you are like, think that's the devil. No, no, it's not. I mean, I don't like it when he's like doing character attacks, assassination on different people. That's not cool, right? But he has some good points. I don't know about Rush Limbaugh. I never listened to him. I never listened to Sean Hannity or Fox News. Some Fox News stuff I like. Anyway, I'm kind of weird that way. I like both left and right. So some of you can try to convert me one way or the other. So anyway, suggestions. I would say if you're trying to exclude conservative, do Fox News Channel, Sean Hannity, okay, Sean Hannity, and Judge Jeanine Pirro, is it? Judge Jeanine Pirro? Jeanine, what is it? Do you know who I'm talking about? Judge Jeanine Pirro? There it is, Judge Jeanine Pirro. So I think if you exclude those three, I don't know, I haven't tested this a whole lot, but I feel like those three is pretty good at just getting rid of a lot of the right-wing political interests. So I hope this helps. Laura, I still can't hear you. I don't know what's going on with your microphone. Yeah, you have to go to your mic settings. You see where your mic is? Next to your mic, next to the mic button, there's a drop up, drop down button, the arrow, and go ahead and test your mic and see if yeah, you're muted right now, by the way. So unmute yourself first and then test your mic and see. Yeah. Okay. All right. And if you're trying to exclude religious conservative, which again, I'm also weird. I'm both a Jesus believer and I'm not religious, like conservative religious. So I'm really weird. And I believe in UFOs and Jesus. I believe in tarot cards and Jesus. So I think I'm just confused, right? Or open-minded, you might call it that way. If you want to get rid of Jesus Amen people, which are most of the Facebook comments out there, then get rid of shoot, it's slipping my mind right now. Joel Osteen, okay, Joel Osteen, Focus on the Family, which I used to listen to actually. Focus on you can't anymore. Focus on. They're getting rid of some interests, so we can't even exclude some people anymore. Get rid of, K-Love, which I used to listen to, actually. It's the 700 Club. Yeah, so those are some religious things. K-Love, just Christian radio. Joel Osteen and the 700 Club are conservative Christian stuff. And then Fox News, Sean Hannity and Jeanine Pirro are conservative religious. And if you get rid of those, you've gotten rid of a lot of America, actually, right? Much of America. Look, you got 170 million people now, right? Instead of if you got rid of these, it would be 50 million Americans. That surprises me. I thought there'd be more than that. You can't exclude the Donald Trump interest or Hillary Clinton interests because they purposely did that so that, I don't know why, it's some kind of privacy thing or political thing. It's like you can include them, I think, on Donald Trump. You can include Donald Trump, but you can't exclude him. Isn't that interesting? Same thing with Hillary. I don't know, Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders you can include. I don't know if you can exclude Bernie Sanders. But Bernie Sanders is interesting because he attracts both left-wing and right-wing people, right? That's another interesting guy. And my favorite candidate, does everybody know about Andrew Yang? I have to do some, evangelism here. Everybody look up Andrew Yang. Google him, YouTube him. He is the best guy ever. He's going to beat Donald Trump if he actually makes it into the general election. Better than Elizabeth Warren, people. I'm sorry. Better than Bernie Sanders. I'm sorry. Uh, if you look at the policies, compare side by side, he really is better. Anyway, that's my evangelism for the day, and I know I probably turned off 13 out of 14 of you, so I apologize for that. But let's go to the next question. I think I just woke up from a nap, so I'm not totally with it right now. So apologize. ICF has suggested that coaches get insurance. Do you think it's necessary? No. Next question. Yeah. And by the way, and someone's going to sue me because they're like, you told me not to get insurance, and I got sued by one of my clients as a coach. Well, I'm sorry, but you are one out of a million coaches who has ever been sued. And there must be something you're doing that's really, really unique, because nobody sues coaches. Nobody sues coaches. I don't know a single person who's been sued who's a coach. I don't even know a therapist who's been sued, actually. Do you guys know of a therapist or a coach who's been sued? No, it doesn't happen. So you know why they're suggesting insurance? Because they're partnered. Oh, there's two reasons why. One is they probably legally have to, and I probably legally should suggest insurance as well, but I'm not going to, because I don't care about doing legal things. I care about doing what's right, and I really believe there's this quote from the Bible. It's the letter kills, but the spirit, whatever. Does someone know the quote? It's something about letter of the law versus the spirit brings you alive, whereas the letter kills. And it's like legal stuff like this. Kills me. It's like, you don't need insurance. Come on, people. One is they might legally have to tell you that you need insurance. And secondly, they're probably partnered with an insurance seller. And so they're totally biased because they're in it for the money. So, partly, it corrupts them, right? Yes, they have pure values. They want to provide good coaches, but they also are corrupted by these partnerships, right? All of us can be corrupted by partnerships. I'm sure I'm corrupted in some way by partnerships too, but thankfully I don't partner with insurance companies, so I'm not corrupted in that way. Laura says, my ad was rejected. Do you know why? Well, Laura, they tell you why. So when you go into the area where they said your ad was disapproved, they tell you why it was disapproved. And I don't know, can you tell us why it was disapproved? There's a million reasons why they might disapprove your ad. It's always some kind of trigger phrase or word. And so the Dalai Lama could be a triggering phrase. I don't know. Social issues. Yeah. So Dalai Lama, maybe. Climate change, pollution, environmental regulations. Okay, those are all. I don't know because they've hidden these words from us, and we don't know, and all we can do is guess. It's like, well, let's test it out. What if you did an ad that didn't have Dalai Lama in it? What if you did an ad that didn't have climate change? But Facebook says I would need to register to advertise with content on social issues. So, yeah, I think that I would stay clear of social issues, because your business isn't about, you're not running a nonprofit that's trying to get donations on, climate change activism or anything like that. You're talking about creativity, so you shouldn't be talking about social issues at all. End of story. That's it. Yeah, because I don't talk about social issues. I stay clear of those. I have some friends like Tad Hargrave. He makes some posts about like, dear white people, blah 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 blah, and I feel like he should do that on his personal profile, but when it comes to his business page, it's funny. I think his business page would be warned and disapproved by certain things. So it's like, yeah, do this stuff on your personal profile. Business stuff, if you're not a nonprofit trying to get donations, yeah, let's stay clear of the social issues, because Facebook is very, very sensitive about that stuff when it comes to advertising. So, yeah. Okay. All right. So you can just use the exclusions instead of using social issues to, yeah. All right. So let's see. Charo, are you here? Charo's not here. Chara, if you're here under a different name, let me know, because otherwise we'll move on. And okay. All right, we're going to move on to the post questions that were posted here. And how many of you were offended by my political evangelism? Please let me know. I'm sincerely curious. I'm just wondering how much should I be like how careful should I be about this stuff? All right. Yeah, I'm sincerely curious. How careful should I be about my political opinions? Okay, thank you. Okay, so Kathy, great. Thanks everyone. And please do let me know if it was offensive, and I'll be more aware about that stuff. Okay, Kathy says, I have 2 examples of short notes I collected this week that I want to categorize as deliverables. Great, I love it. One of the things I've taught in the framework course, and maybe another course, is to organize your information by deliverables. So too many people organize based on topics, or sorry, let me back up here. I'm talking about organizing your files and organizing your content. Yeah, and so I would recommend you organize by deliverables. For example, what kinds of courses might you teach? Put the files into the course folders on the specific topics. Or what books are you going to be writing? I really organize based on my courses. That's really my main deliverable is online courses. So I organize all my content and information based on courses. So that's what I recommend, you know. So Kathy says, I remember seeing one of your classes that names of all your classes at the top. Exactly. Was that the same one as your content tracking template in the framework course? Talk me through the process of taking that note and deciding where to put with it. Okay. So, what short notes I collected this week? So I'm assuming these are like blog posts from other people. Is that right, Kathy? And feel free to unmute if you want to unmute. Written notes. Kathy just held up some written notes. So what I would do if I were
on notes, they could be anywhere. It just happens that there's sticky notes. Now I'm trying to put them on notes, but
yes. Like so what I would do,
or a
right?
thought.
Yeah. So here's literally what I do. If I I never take notes on paper anymore. But right, if I did,
pretend it's on keep.
What's that?
Pretend it's on keep.
Okay. What I would do is I would take pictures of them. I would take pictures of take good pictures. And then I would go into my course folders. And let's say it was some notes about content writing. Or let's say it was about website skills that I was going to teach something. Then what I would do is I would go into my website skills course folder and I would click on new. I would click on file upload and I will upload that image. Yeah.
So you have a course folder.
Yeah, because I would be teaching this, but Kathy, actually, let's make it more relevant for you. What is the notes? What is the topic of your notes?
So one of them is a quote. Like I give parents scripts to use with their kids that could be validating.
Okay, so
and this is a quote that could add to that.
Could you teach a course on scripts? Or could you teach a course on validating your kids?
Validation would be the course, or even how to get your kid to listen.
Right. But the key is that, so it could be in one of those. You could put it in both, but it would be under your courses or workshops or whatever you want to name it. I really should rename this courses because I'm going to rename this courses so it doesn't confuse all of you. Courses. Okay, there you go. Does that make sense, Kathy? So that's what I would do.
So it sounds like where my breakdown is, and I'm actually talking to Captain today, is the actual organization of it. So it doesn't necessarily go in your spreadsheet somewhere. It might for you, but I don't even have the folder organized correctly with my workshops and courses.
That's right. Yes.
But I do have a lot of info about them.
Yeah, no. So start organizing them in terms of the topics of the courses. Um, yeah.
So would this be a good place to start? Like, would I just say,
Yes.
okay, I have this content, I'm gonna do this class and put this
Yes.
there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. And everybody here, I just want to give you a prescription. I'm willing to bet that every single person on this call and who is watching on video right now can and probably should, for your business model, should be teaching online courses. I really recommend that to be going forward. Let that be, as you look forward into the future of your business, let that be the main income source for your business. Okay. Whether it's going to be a main income source 1 year from now or 5 years from now, let it just start dreaming and planning forward that, okay, in the future, all of my, not all, maybe a vast amount of my money is going to come from people buying my online courses. I have a client who teaches Pilates. And you can imagine this is a very in-person thing. Now she's doing online courses. I have another client who teaches people how to have better posture, like adjusts them physically, body worker. Now he's going to be doing online stuff, online courses. Everybody, no matter your Reiki, no matter if you're a body worker, a massage therapist, you can't do massage therapy forever. You can teach people how to do self-massage in online courses. You can teach people various things about the body. I'm using that extreme example, but most of you don't do body work. Most of you do knowledge work or heart work or spirit work. That's all online courses, all of it. There is no reason, there's no topic that I can't imagine doing an online course for. None, not one. Challenge me. Oh, what about this? Right? Um, um, and what happens is use my business model. Okay, just teach your online courses live if you are willing and able to, and then turn them into evergreen so that they are on your website. People will buy them forever. Okay, I should take some notes on this when I'm talking right now. Business model. Okay. Sell online courses for any and everything you teach. Okay. Eventually, I want you to imagine that you'll have 50 online courses. Okay. 50, 50. Now, it's not going to be 1 year. It might not even be 5. It might be 10 years or 20 years. But you'll have 50 online courses eventually on every topic. It'll be a catalog. People will come to your website and they'll, oh, that interests me. And you might have a feature, the course of the month or whatever it might be. And you will be in the Bahamas or in Switzerland or wherever you like to be, skiing or on the beach, and people will be buying your courses every day. And you'll be making $10,000 a month because you've automated the sales of your courses. I've really just started this business model in 2016. And I can pretty much say that I earn $5,000 a month just recurring revenue based on my selling online courses. Now, when I say that, I have a caveat because most of my income comes from my MasterHeart group, right? But my MasterHeart group, most of them are there because they want my online courses. So it's like, what can I say? Are they there for the online courses? Or are they there for something else? But most of them are there for online courses. Now, I teach a new online course every month because I'm building up my catalog. And now I have 13 online courses that I'm proud to sell. I've taught like 15, but I think I got rid of like 2 of them. Not so good. So I've 14 now, I think, online courses that you can buy. And I sell almost $1,000 of online courses that are not related to my current course of the month. I sell another $2,000 to $4,000 for the course of the month. Okay. I sell at least $2,000 for the course of the month. My current course, I'm doing this October course. And then I sell another $1,000 of people who just buy my old courses, like without even marketing it. So without counting MasterHeart group members, which I earn about $6,000 to $7,000 a month there, without counting my group program, I earn $3,000 just from my online courses. And I earn another $6,000 from my MasterHeart group, most of whom are there for my online courses. So $9,000 a month I'm earning just thanks to online courses. What about you? You can do the same. And I'm just getting started. I feel like I'm just getting started. I'm nowhere near the 50 yet. Got it? Can everyone commit to this idea? Okay. Okay. And a related question is, do you drop the price once it's evergreen? No. Once it's evergreen, do you drop the price? No. The live people are paying the same price and getting the benefit of being live. That's the benefit. But so in other words, it's like the price of the course is $100 or $50 or whatever it may be. That's the price of the course if you buy the recordings later. But if you join live, that's even better. You see the difference? It's not like, oh, joining live, you pay, more and then join. No, just the same price. Keep it simple, people. Keep it simple. The only price drop, right? The only price drop is pre-launch price or early bird. You can call it whatever you want. I call it pre-launch, call it early bird. And it's 25 to 33% off during that time period. Okay. All right. So let's keep going here. Kathy says, what's your suggested minimum daily budget for boosting a post on Facebook? Well, minimum is $1 per day. That's Facebook's official minimum. But overall FB budget minimum is $30 a day. Is my recommendation. That's not what Facebook requires, but that's not $30 a day. Sorry. $30 a month. I'm doing $30 a day. I do about $1,000 a month of Facebook ads because it's worth it. The return on investment is higher than any mutual fund that I could invest in. Okay. But the minimum I recommend all of you do is $30 a month on Facebook. And that would be a series of different posts. Yeah. Kathy?
So just a little follow-up. So for example, if I'm boosting a blog post that I copied from my blog, but like I copied the whole thing for whatever native content, mm-hmm. Would you recommend that to a lookalike audience that would be better to do like $3 a day for 5 days than $1 a day for 5 days, or does it matter?
Well, sort of I want to first know if the lookalike audience is a good audience. I don't know if you've tested yet.
How do you do that?
You test by running a $5 for 5 days ad, and then looking at the FB profiles of the likers.
Okay.
And then look at the likers and look at their profiles. You can tell a lot just by looking at sometimes you can look at their profile picture, their cover image. That already gives you some sense of who they are. And then you look at more, and then you look at more, and then you look at likes. See here. So for example, if I went to your profile, I'm actually going to go to a random person's profile who's not a friend, because most of your likers aren't friends. I'm just going to click on this random person. And then I can go to more, and I can go to likes. Oh, they don't have likes here. Most of the time they have likes. So this is an unusual situation. But however, even though they don't have likes that you can look at, they do have posts, public posts that you can look at. So that gives me a sense of what they care about. This person's really into classical music, I guess, maybe. Okay, they have liberal politics, right? So, yeah. Okay, so anyway, does that make sense, Kathy?
You have to test you're first. Doing research and you have to test.
You have to test before you spend more money on any audience.
And where's this bonus Q&A document located after the call?
Oh, you just have to watch the video again. But yeah.
It's not a saved document.
No, it's not. This is my own personal notes. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. All right. So,
thank you.
You're welcome. So let's keep going here. Next questions are from Elisa and Kim and Katrina and Darcy and Michael and Pamela. Great. So I'm going to go to Elisa first. Okay. My tribe is small. When you create a poll for workshops, do you create a workshop that reflects the poll results? Yes, I basically, yeah, because otherwise I'm creating just things out of my own head, and the stuff I create out of my own head doesn't often sell very well.
Okay.
That's true for everybody, right? Yeah.
Well, what I was cracking up is I did a poll, and
Yes.
the one that I thought, the intuitive energy art workshop, because I'm an intuitive energy artist and I may not have named it well, did not get the highest amount of votes. So
What did get highest amount of votes?
Let me.
Yeah, and so exactly, it's like I do poll types. Okay, I do poll types. I do topics, and then I do titles, and then I do questions within that title topic. So I mean, ideally, I would do 3 polls over a couple days or over a couple weeks.
Okay.
It's like first, and like twice a year, I'll do like, hey, everyone, I'm planning my next courses. What do you think about the following ideas? And I would put the topics as separate comments in the Facebook post. It's like, please go ahead and like or love my comments, but just look for my comments below and like or love the ones that you like or love the most. And these are just kind of these are not like well thought out titles. These are just topics. Hey, I'm thinking about teaching this and this and this. Next comment. I'm teaching this, blah, blah, blah. And so that's like, I do it twice a year. You might do it, even more often, 3 to 4 times a year. You can do that if you want. And then it's like, once you figure out, all right, my upcoming course is about XYZ. What do you think the title should be? Here are some ideas. And then I do the titles. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes, that makes sense. The ones that got the most votes are connect with your spirit guides, including your dragon guides. Love yourself so completely that what anyone else thinks no longer matters.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Shed old beliefs to rediscover your authentic self. And then nourish your creative spirit with intuitive energy art was like lowest on the, not lowest, but.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. So I'm glad you did the survey, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good thing. And it's not that you never teach intuitive energy art. You just might have to teach it as a Trojan horse. You see what I mean?
Well, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to like throw one in for me, and then
Totally.
the rest will be totally tailored around my community.
Okay. Teach, name it what they want.
Okay, so explain again how you do that. You offer ideas.
You see what I mean? Name it what they want. Name it what they want. So you might do a next course on how to connect with the spirit guides, and then you teach them the way to connect with the spirit guides is intuitive energy art.
Okay, gotcha.
You see what I mean? I mean, obviously it has to be obviously it has to be a good relationship between the two, right?
Right.
The two.
But it's about connecting the dots.
So connecting the dots,
because of material, but
because they don't want intuitive energy art because they don't know why it's powerful. They don't. You have a whole lifetime of intuitive energy art. That phrase means something to you. It means nothing to them.
Right. Gotcha.
I mean, for a few people, it might mean something, but the majority, like, it sounds cool, but I don't want to pay money for that.
Right.
Until they experience it. They're like, this is the best thing ever. Why didn't anyone tell me about this? Well, I tried to tell you, but you didn't know. You didn't think the phrase meant anything to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I had a second question, but
and then eventually, when you create enough content and keep using that phrase intuitive energy art, eventually you've educated your audience enough to actually want it. But people don't want it unless they are, which is why I always talk about how competitors are the best partners. The people who are the closest competitors to you, if there was another intuitive energy artist, you should bless her work, hope that she succeeds fabulously because she is educating your market for you.
Okay.
Right.
Awesome.
Okay.
I had a second question, but I don't want to jump ahead of somebody.
Oh, no. Let's go ahead and do that. So yeah, go ahead and post your questions, everyone who's here. I just take it in order that was posted. So I want to offer one workshop a quarter. I know you don't use Teachable. That's okay. Have you looked at Thinkific, Elisa?
I have not, but what I have content. I've got all the material. I've got the time. I'm very structured, but I don't know how to roll. I would like to know how you roll out a workshop.
Yeah.
The tech stuff is what always freaks me out.
Sure. Yeah. I get it.
Everything else, I've got content. I'm more than willing to, be live once a week or whatever during the workshop.
Yeah. So first of all, I don't have a closed Facebook group for my courses.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a really important. I feel like that's a really important part of my business model is not to have a closed Facebook, not to have a Facebook group for my courses. The only ones I have are ones that are set up specifically as a mastermind. So, for example, the Facebook ads is a mastermind group. That's additional monthly cost, additional to paying for the course. Okay. Or the Master Heart is an additional monthly cost, but they don't have to pay for the course. But anyway, it's, you should only create a Facebook group if people are paying you every month.
Well, I do, I have a closed Facebook group.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah,
I've had it forever, but I've been able to create sales by building relationships in there.
Great, fine. Yeah, if you're enjoying your free Facebook group, that's great.
I would like to make money.
Yeah.
Let me just be clear.
So in terms of the tech, do you have any specific questions about it?
So you don't use Teachable, you don't use a closed group, you use Zoom to meet once a week or whatever.
Yes.
And then you just use email to give them.
I upload it to YouTube.
Unlisted. Yeah.
Right, I upload to YouTube unlisted.
Okay.
Right? YouTube.com/upload and then select unlisted. And then I get the link and I use MailChimp to send out the link.
Okay, and then you just use MailChimp to send out the PDFs or whatever?
Well, I use Google Docs, as you know. And then,
and that's what I need. I'd like to learn that more, and I'll
well, I have did you take my Google Docs course?
I did not yet. It's on the list.
Okay.
So I'd like to, how do you set it up then on the website? Because I would have to explain it to my web designer, which I can do that.
On my website, there's just a sales page.
Okay.
So there's nothing on my website for my course.
So the ones that you said that you're adding to your website for people to purchase that aren't live.
Yeah. Those are all just sales pages. So if you go here, right? People go here and they go, oh, I want to buy this. And they go there. So let's talk this through. So they look at the sales page. Oh, great. That sounds good. They click buy now.
Okay.
And then what happens, it's a PayPal. And what happens is I have automated away my VA. So I use Zapier and I'm not going to talk about everything here because this will take another 3 hours to talk about.
Okay.
But I'll just give you a quick sense of things. And if you're, I will literally show everything on the screen. Well, I won't show everything, but I'll show an example. So this is one of my Zaps, for example. And those of you, I'm not going to talk through this. You can watch, you can rewind this and watch it at half speed. But, I basically, you can research this, PayPal successful sale, only continue if the item name text starts with, whatever, and then don't worry about these. These are additional, but then I add the subscriber to MailChimp, to my, no, not that one. I'm sorry. I add them to the MailChimp. Wait a minute. Did I get this right?
So it rolls out the information once they purchase it.
Workshop participants, yes. So yes, I add them to MailChimp, to a particular group in my MailChimp. And then I've set up a MailChimp automation.
Okay.
Which is, I'll show you. So I've set up a MailChimp automation. Again, I'm not going to talk through this because it'll take me 3 hours to talk about.
I'll research it. I'm taking notes.
Yeah, I do my MailChimp automation so that, so for example, for my upcoming course, automation is, the trigger is immediately after the contacts join this group in the MailChimp list, in the group, in the workshop, I have a contacts join this in the workshop group. Anyway, there's like groups, and then within the groups there's subgroups. Anyway, so once that happens, send them the access email. Okay, so what happens is that it's all automated for me. That's why I can be in the Bahamas or in Switzerland. I don't need a VA. I don't need a VA. And a million people can buy my courses today, and I can just sit back and relax, and everything is delivered to them automatically.
Okay. That's what I want, and that's what I need to learn how to do, because I've got the content, I've got the pretty pictures, I've got everything else.
Yeah, and I also got smart about the automation, a little bit smarter, and I also send them an email 30 days after they got the initial access email and say, hey, how's it going with the course?
Right.
You know, let me know how it went, that kind of stuff. So you can do that 30 days after they're sent the previous emails, you can see here.
Okay.
So you all can watch this video again at half speed and send it to your VA and go, can you automate this so I can fire you?
Nice.
Sorry, VAs. Sorry.
I don't have
But
one
no,
yet,
VAs, you all have to step up and all have to step up, VAs, and say, okay, I got to stop doing things that robots can do, and I got to learn how to program the robots. That's what VAs have to learn how to do now. They got to learn how to program the robots. They can help the millions of business owners who need to learn how to program robots. The VAs can do that. Now the VAs have to become more creative and say, okay, after I program the robots, what else is my job? My job may be to help them with writing, because that's something robots can't really do. So, yeah.
Gotcha.
All right.
That was helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Good. Next question is Kim. If I'm looking at creating a new cool audience to try, will my existing lookalike audience that I've created pick up any of these new people from this new cool audience? Your lookalike audience, depends on the source of the lookalike audience. And Kim, feel free to unmute so that we can have a conversation. Hi, Kim.
Okay, you can hear me now?
Yes. What is
Hi.
the source of your lookalike audience?
So the source of the lookalike audience was FB engages in the last 365 days.
Oh, then yes. If that's the case, then if people start engaging, okay, then the source is now being updated, and the source is being updated. The lookalike audience is also automatically updated. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Sure. Welcome.
Thank you.
Anything else, Kim?
No, that was it. Thank you.
That was very efficient. Okay. And Katrina, I'm going to take Katrina's question, and then Darcy, Michael, Pamela, and I think I answered, Christine, your question. Do I deliver? Anyway, we'll continue on here. Katrina. Okay, Katrina says, if my audience, which is somewhat small, doesn't seem to answer questions about what courses they would be interested in, should I just start coming up with my own and see how it goes? You know, and feel free, Katrina, if you want to unmute and we can have a conversation. If you have a small audience have you tried taking a poll and see what happens?
Well, yeah, and I don't get much response.
Yeah. Then I would say reach out one-on-one to your audience members. Do you have an email? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my email list at this point is about like 200 people. So
sure, yeah, that's fine. So yeah, you first emailed it out, posted on social media, etc. If you're not getting enough response, individually reach out to some of your some of the fans who have actually responded to you at some point. Say, hey, Katrina, hey, George, hey, Michael, I have this. I'm coming up with some ideas. I'd love your feedback on this.
Right. Or what if I took some of my more popular in-person workshops and just put them and start doing them online?
That's okay too. But if you could get at least some feedback, some surveying. I mean, even if ends up with 3 people responding to your survey after some individual outreach, it's still 3 representatives of your audience. It's still going to be better than not getting any responses.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And if someone is watching this, well, I have 0 people on my email list. That's okay. Look at your friends, look at your colleagues, people who are either your ideal client type of person or people who have ideal client types in their network. And if like, hey, Katrina, hey, George, you're not an ideal client type, but you have this type of ideal client in your audience. Can you channel that person's mind and heart right now and vote on this poll for me
Right.
as a
Okay.
friend?
Right.
Get 3 responses and then go from there.
Right. And then I have a second part to the question, which is, my workshops that I've been teaching over the 15 years in person are more personal development, sort of a shamanic based.
Great. Yeah.
But I can't seem to figure like how-tos out of the work that I've already done. They're more experiential, and it doesn't feel as though that grabs people.
Okay, so when you are leading someone through an experience, you obviously have to say, all right, now do this. Next, do that.
Right.
That is literally a how-to.
Right.
So you could do a course on experience a shamanic journey. That could be a course. It doesn't have to be learn how to do it yourself. You could be like, every time you watch this course, you can follow along and experience. It's like a guided meditation, but we'll call it a course, you know.
Right.
It's like every time you watch this course, you'll experience it. And maybe at some point you'll actually pick up how to do this yourself. I mean, it's more of a guided experience, I guess. It's not so much of an online course, but you could sell that as well. Yeah.
Right. And so then could I do even just like a group of them with different purposes to the actual journey, so that then that kind of puts the how-to, it doesn't put a how-to, but it puts more of a focused energy into it?
Sure. Guided experience, experiential course / guided experience. Yeah, totally. I mean, I think you could just go ahead and try selling it and see what happens.
And then in later, when you were talking about Zapier, is that similar to Gumroad, where it's a place where you can upload? No.
Gumroad is an alternative to PayPal, right? So it's where you could take money, right? And it also, yes, it's a file hosting service as well. It's more of an alternative to Teachable. It's more of an alternative to Thinkific. But yeah, I do it YouTube, Google Docs way. But yes, if Gumroad's fun to use, and yeah, if you like it, go for it.
I don't have a feeling for it, but if I was doing just audio, I thought it sounded like a good place. But
yeah. Now Zapier is is the alternative to a human virtual assistant.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yes. Zapier can do so many things. I've learned 0.1% of what Zapier can do. Okay. It can automate all kinds of stuff. Yeah, it's amazing.
Got it. Oh, so you're doing the automation through Zapier, not MailChimp. I'm
doing both. I'm using some things in Zapier, and I'm doing a few things in MailChimp. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Great. Thanks for your question. And Darcy, you're next. Darcy says, for text posts on business page, sharing is too personal. Wait a few days and create an ad with the same post. Hey, Darcy, would you mind unmuting? And let's have a conversation about this. The unmute button is somewhere in the top or the bottom of the page or the screen. Do you see the unmute button? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Can you explain this?
Did I just now write that, or I wrote that a while ago? Well, yeah, like when I was set to do the ad, I'm like, is this something really to I don't know, to put an ad out for? I guess I have this mindset of,
what are ads supposed to look like?
An ad. Yeah. But
no.
And you've seen my post. Isn't it a bit, I don't know, not okay for that?
Can you tell me what your page is again?
Yeah, connected learning.
Oof. How do I spell that? Connected?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, which post are we looking at here?
That one.
This one?
Yep.
First of all, this is not a text-only post because there's an image attached to it.
Right. Okay.
So that would be an image post.
Oh, okay.
But if this was a text-only post, do I really need to, I kept asking, so it's content. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. This absolutely run an ad. So I think that's what you're learning through my Facebook Ads Mastermind is shifting the mindset about ads. Ads is not just, hey, I want to sell you this thing.
Yeah.
An ad, think of your ads as your ministry.
Yeah.
You are blessing the right people, whether or not they ever buy.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
But that does seem, I don't know, to be still kind of selling myself.
That's okay. And that's okay. That's fine. Because
Okay.
ads, so instead of thinking of ads as it has to be a particular way, think of ads as simply an amplification of the reach. It's like you want this message, like, do you want to hide this message that nobody ever sees it? Right? No.
Yeah.
You want people to see this, don't you?
Okay, yeah.
You want the right people to see this. So an ad is simply, Facebook, show this to more of the right people. That's all an ad is.
Okay, and so my next question was, do I have the process down right, where you post it on your business page, you share it on your personal, and then see what happens, and then go ahead and do the ad?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's the way to do it.
Yes. And like I said, if you're going to reach people who don't know you yet, I would not use any images at all.
Okay.
Okay.
So I can just take that off of the ad part.
Well, you would have to redo this. You can't, when you run an ad with text only, you have to first post the text only. So you would have to repost this.
Oh.
You would have to just copy and paste and repost this without any kind of images, without any images. And then,
okay.
I mean, I'm not you, but if I were you, I would do this and I would click post. I can't do this here, but yeah. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Good. Okay. All right. Next up, we've got Michael. For years, we've been giving conversations guests directly from SoundCloud. How can we send the guests a recording that links them directly to our website? Okay. So SoundCloud can be embedded, Michael, on your website. Have you looked into that possibility? Oh, and go ahead and unmute if you don't mind.
Yeah, no, I haven't actually. I've been trying to figure it out and get Marielle to do it for several years, and she seems to think it's too complicated. But
well, then you need to hire someone. This is like I've introduced you to. I think Captain can probably do this.
Yeah, Marcus and I are doing some stuff together too. So
that's great, awesome. Yeah, Marcus probably can do this as well. So there it is.
It seems to be a simple thing. I mean, the idea is that I have people like Marianne Williamson and big name people on my show every week, and many of them have millions of people that they're connected to. And if they post something on their website with my radio interview with them,
it does help with SEO, definitely, especially if the title of the web page has their name in it. But also, do you put these conversations on YouTube as well?
I haven't yet.
Okay.
We're talking about that.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, there is a tool that can easily turn sound into video. Pamela, you're here. You mentioned that tool in the past. Can you chat that in? There's a tool. You mentioned that in our Facebook ads group, but I haven't used it, so I keep struggling to remember what the name is.
You said that turns because I have both video and audio for the last 3 years.
Oh, great.
I've never had time to do any editing or do anything with the audio, but I have all these amazing people, and I keep wanting to take clips of it out to use it to promote Patreon or other ways to support the show, which of course has always come out of my pocket.
Yes, exactly. Let me see if I can find that tool. think it's.
So you're saying it takes the audio.
This one, Headliner. There it is.
Headliner.
Pamela, I found your post. Headliner.app. That one will turn your, if it's audio only, now you have video, that's great, put it on YouTube. But if it's audio only, you could just easily take this tool and turn it into an interesting looking video.
Headliner what did you say, Headliner?
Headliner.app. It's in the chat, Michael. Just
okay.
Click on the chat. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. So because YouTube is the second largest search engine, people go there all the time to search Marianne Williamson, especially now.
Right.
So you got to put that up yesterday. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Cool. All right. Let's quickly, Michael, anything else?
No, not right now. No.
Yeah.
That's good.
Great. And I want to thank Pamela for your chat earlier about the politics. Yeah. Pamela says, I think I get a little suspicious of certain thought leaders who try to stay out of politics. I feel like they're not willing to take the consequences of standing for the things they claim value. And yeah, I I agree on that. That's true. Oh, Christine, I might have answered this already, but I'll just put it in here. Do you deliver any of your courses without weekly video calls? So it's evergreen. So you can either record the calls like I do it with live, or you could pre-record your courses if you're more shy about showing up live to record your courses. So yeah, record it yourself basically, and then launch the course. Oh, Kalita showed up and then left. Sorry, Kalita, we didn't get to answer your question. Okay. All right. Okay, and I'll just answer it because she'll look at this later. How to make the bookmark visible on our laptops? Bookmark bar. Yes. You basically on a Mac, it's Command Shift B. Hold down Command, hold down Shift, and press press the key B. And that you notice what I'm doing here. I'm making the bookmark visible, and then invisible, visible, invisible. Yeah. So that's how you do that. On a Windows, I don't know what it is. It's probably Control Shift B on Windows. That's my guess. Okay, Amy has a question. Amy, any further information on using Chromebook to create videos and audios? Easily upload them to YouTube. Move from Windows to Chromebook. Okay. I don't know Chromebook, so I apologize. I don't know. Yeah, sorry. Gotta move on. Yeah, you have to just do some Googling on that because I thought about going to Chromebook a couple years ago, but Zoom wasn't playing as well with Chromebook at that point. And so, yeah, you have to do some, but I'm sure Chromebook has come a long way since then. So, okay. Christine says, do you use the poll function? No, I make a post. Okay. I'll show you what I mean here. Let's see if I can show you an actual poll. And then we'll get out of here. This, I think I'll be able to answer all the questions now. Okay, so let me find a poll for you. Okay, here it is. So Christine, are you still here? Okay, you can unmute if you want. But so I'm just going to give you the link to this poll to show you how it works.
Thank you.
Poll on FB without using the broken poll function, which only allows two options. So basically, which title sounds better? See comments. And then I put the comments and I asked them to vote on it. So you can see it's very clear. Oh, 18 versus 2.
That's so elegant.
Yeah.
Thank
simple. You. Yeah. And then people can reply also underneath each idea. So, all right, everyone. Thanks for your participation today. Great having you here. I hope I was able to get through everyone's questions who was actually here. And if next time, if you can email me in advance, that would be better, because then I'll get to your questions first. And I have another call tomorrow. And the Thursday calls are usually like half the size of the Wednesday calls, so we get more time. So if the Thursday call isn't in the middle of the night for you, please feel free to sign up for that, or just join using the same link at that time, and we'll have more time to talk then. Okay, so maybe I'll see you then, or I'll see you in another call. All right, take care. Bye-bye.